Don Staley and all those folks that Cheryl Reeve, who had a hand in Caitlin Clark not making Team USA last year in the Olympics. It looks like they may be now. Cheryl Reeve's still there, but
let's cut to the chase. Behind the polished headlines and smiling faces, the WNBA media elite, and yes, even Team USA, are shaking in their sneakers over Caitlin Clark. And who could blame them? The very same gatekeepers who tried to erase her are now witnessing their influence crumble faster than a poorly executed fast break. Brace yourself, because things are about to get chaotic. Sue Bird just flipped the script entirely, and what's unfolding is nothing short of a total meltdown. The once untouchable inner circle that blocked Clark from the Olympics is now scrambling to salvage what's left of their little empire, and the scene? Utter chaos.
I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to allow that.
Can we just call a spade a spade? Racism has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlin's being used as a pawn. Mm-hmm. Caitlin didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening. And that, I think, is what's been such a shock for all of us, that other people are surprised by this. Mm-hmm. We've been trying to tell you. And once again, for so long, as a player, I would almost joke. I'd be like, I would have loved to have shut up and dribble. Mm-hmm. In so many ways, I would have loved to have been valued as a basketball player. I would have been loved to have been spoken about just for my play.
And let's not fool ourselves. Caitlin Clark wasn't left off the Olympic roster because she wasn't ready. That excuse? A lie. A convenient cover story for favoritism, old loyalties, and political maneuvering. Sue Bird once walked those same shadowy halls, part of the very inner circle that dictated who could rise and who had to wait. But this time, the doors slammed open, and the rules changed overnight. Meanwhile, the same stubborn veterans clung to their power, trying to block fresh talent yet again, dragging the Olympic cycle into the same tired drama. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Team USA has reinvented the game plan. No committees, no endless debates, just one voice, one vision, one decision maker at the helm. And that voice? Sue Bird.
To say, we roll in the Olympics every year. We can afford having, someone who's the 20th best or 24th best instead of the 12th best because of what it would potentially do to grow the game. That's legitimate. And I also think that door somewhat got open brew by Diana Taurasi's inclusion. So Diana, and we can show you their numbers. They're having a shockingly similar season. So points and rebounds basically identical. Field goal percentage is identical. Caitlin has way more assists and way more turnovers to go along with it. Mm-hmm. Diana has very few assists, very few turnovers. So they're...
What's truly shocking is this. Sue Bird didn't just whisper her support. She stepped into the spotlight, backing Clark while the old guard flailed, clinging desperately to a fading past. And make no mistake, Bird isn't just some player with influence. Yes, she has connections. And yes, we see you, Megan Rapinoe. But when it comes to basketball, she's brutally honest, uncompromising, and unafraid to call out the truth. She knew, without question, that Caitlin Clark had earned the right to wear the red, white, and blue. Yet when Paris 2024 rolled around, Clark was snubbed. The outrage wasn't limited to fans screaming online. It reached the ears of Adam Silver himself. The NBA commissioner publicly called it a monumental error. This wasn't some fleeting Twitter hot take. This was the single most powerful voice in basketball openly challenging the Olympic Committee's judgment.
Bird won 4 WNBA championships. She was an All-Star 13 times, one of the more decorated basketball players in history, and also 5-time Olympic gold medalist, just named USA Basketball Women's National Team Managing Director. That's a hell of a title there. Is that on your business card? And what exactly does that mean, Sue?
Need like a business index card at this point or whatever. Managing director. It's basically what Grant Hill did for the men's team.
And he wasn't alone. Executives, marketing teams, analysts, even casual commentators were all shaking their heads in disbelief. You blew it, they were saying. You squandered momentum, wasted a golden opportunity, and alienated a massive audience. Instead of catapulting women's basketball onto the global stage, we got Diana Taurasi scrambling around like she'd misplaced her car keys. Let's be real, in the last Olympics, her impact was almost invisible. 2 points in one game, nothing in another. And this is who they chose over Clark. Meanwhile, Clark was already a force of nature, eclipsing the entire USA roster with sheer talent and presence. Why was she sidelined? Because a gatekeeping clique, led by figures like Jennifer Rosati and Dawn Staley, was determined to protect their medals and their little inner circle, making sure no rising star disrupted their carefully curated hierarchy. But now, with Sue Bird at the helm, that entire old guard has been dismantled. Clark's name isn't just back in the Olympic conversation, it's dominating it. You can almost smell the panic spilling over on ESPN and WNBA Twitter.
She'll probably be on the next Olympic team. Just guessing.
I mean,
Here's the truth of the matter. While critics were nitpicking Clark for missing an Olympic camp, Sue Bird was quietly witnessing a revolution. Clark wasn't just playing basketball, she was rewriting the rules of the game. The inner circle's control is crumbling. Fans have chosen Clark, and now the system has no choice but to follow. This isn't just change, it's a revolution. Welcome to the Clark era, the establishment can't stop her. The excuses are gone. The committee is toast. Sue Bird is leading the charge. They can't lock the door this time, because Caitlin Clark is already inside. Team Clark 20.